When you think about budgeting for investing, does it just sound like a total chore? All spreadsheets and boring numbers? Well, what if we changed that? What if we turned it into, say, a magical quest? Today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're swapping out those boring spreadsheets for treasure naps and starting an adventure to financial freedom. So let's be honest. Does the world of investing ever feel, well, kind of like this? Just a total maze, right? It's all confusing jargon, intimidating charts, and it feels like every single turn is just another dead end. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. It is so easy to feel completely lost before you even take the first step. Okay, but what if we just tore up that whole maze? What if underneath it all there was a really clear path? That's the idea here. We're going to reframe this whole thing. Forget the maze. Think of it as a whimsical journey, an adventure with a straightforward path that leads to some pretty incredible treasure. And yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do, starting right now. All right, Section 1, your quest to investing. This is where we officially go from that confusing maze to a magical journey. Okay, on to Section 2, drawing your treasure map. I mean, every good quest needs a map, right? And for us, that map starts with defining your X marks the spot, your big financial goal. This is absolutely the most important first step. And look, we are not talking about some boring, vague goal like save more money. No, no, no. We're talking about super, mega, awesome, really tantalizing goals. The whole point is to pick something that actually genuinely gets you excited. It could be a huge, life-changing thing, or it could be, that completely ridiculous, over-the-top unicorn float for your pool that you've been secretly dreaming about. And this is why being specific is so powerful. Having a goal like, okay, I want to save up $6 million by 2030 so I can buy an apartment in the city, that's concrete. It's got a number, it's got a purpose, and it's got a deadline. See the difference? It's not just some fuzzy dream anymore. It's a real, actual target you can aim for. And please, please remember, your goals are yours. They don't have to be what everyone else thinks is a good goal. If you have a quirky dream, maybe like starting a puppet-making business on the side, that's awesome. That's what makes the whole journey meaningful. It's your quest, after all. So moving on to Section 3, acquiring your magic wand. So you've got your map, you know where you're going. Now you need a powerful tool to help you get there. And in the world of investing, that tool isn't a sword or a shield. It's the power of knowledge. Yeah, just think of it like that. Knowledge is literally your magic wand. Wielding it gives you the power to really understand the financial landscape, to make choices you feel good about, and to, navigate this path with confidence instead of just feeling scared or overwhelmed. So, what's inside this financial spell book of yours? Well, it all starts with the fundamentals. You've got to understand things like stocks, which is basically like owning a tiny, tiny piece of a company. Then you have bonds, which you can think of as lending your money out to get it back with a little extra. And then there's the really cool world of ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Those are kind of like a basket that holds a whole bunch of different investments all at once. Seriously, these are the foundational spells every single investor should get comfortable with. And here's the best part. You do not have to figure all this stuff out on your own. There are so many great resources out there. For example, there's Bitpanda Academy, which, I love this analogy, is kind of like Hogwarts, but for finance. A place where you can actually go and learn the magic in a really structured, easy-to-understand way. All right, Section 4 is choosing your adventurer. So you've got the map, you've got the magic wand. Now we have to figure out what kind of hero are you? Because your investing style really, really needs to match your personality. So, which one are you? Are you more of a cautious squirrel? Someone who prefers to gather nuts safely, building wealth slow and steady with lower risk options? Or are you maybe more of a daring raccoon? Someone who's willing to take on a little more risk for the chance at a much bigger, faster reward? And listen, there is absolutely no right or wrong answer here. But knowing which one you are, that is the key to picking the right path for yourself. Okay, but now, a quick word of warning. Every good quest has to have its villains, right? And on our financial journey, the main baddies you've got to watch out for are the goblins of Gringotts. So what are these goblins exactly? Well, in the real world, they're those sneaky fees. Management fees, trading fees, all those little hidden costs. They are always lurking, trying to take a small cut of your treasure. And the most important thing is just to be aware that they exist. Because trust me, over time, those little cuts can add up to a lot of money. And that brings us to Section 5, your adventure begins.
Okay, so we've gathered our tools, we know our destination, and we've even identified the villains. It's time to put this all together.
So here it is, the big takeaway, your quest checklist. Step 1, draw your treasure map by setting those clear, exciting goals we talked about. Step 2, acquire your magic wand by equipping yourself with knowledge. And step 3, choose your adventurer by really understanding what kind of investor you are. That's it. That's the framework for your entire journey. And really, this brings us full circle, doesn't it? When you start thinking about investing not as a chore, but as a quest, and you follow these steps, suddenly those wild, super personal dreams, yeah, even that puppet-making business, they start to feel a lot less like a fantasy and a lot more like a real, achievable destination on your map.
So your quest is ready. All the pieces are there. The only thing left to figure out is what's that first super mega awesome, really tantalizing X that's going to mark the spot on your treasure map?